Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today at Community Garden Festival 2020 and welcome to Kitchen Studio. Now with me today we have Pearl. Now if you have been watching M Park's series, the Floral Arranger series, and you wonder who is that creative hand behind that video, and here she is, the legendary one. Hi Pearl.
Hi Charlene, welcome to our kitchen studio.
Yes, I'm glad to be here. Would you like to say hello to our viewers there?
Hi everybody. Now today we're going to show you some floral arrangement, something very interesting.
Right, and it's not just one, right? We're going to show two floral arrangement today.
That's right.
And the materials that you'll be using, they are very easily accessible.
Yes.
It could be somewhere from our house, or we can easily purchase them, right, from the supermarket, or you can head out to any local nurseries.
That's right.
They will have it and you can do it. So, what do we have here? What are the materials that you'll be using today?
So for this arrangement, first you have to prepare the floral foam. That you have to cut in size so that it can fit into a vase that we're going to use today.
Okay, so can I have the honor to do the cutting job?
Sure, let's do it.
Okay, about here. Okay, I'm going to cut from here.
Yes.
Okay.
And the other side.
Well, it gets well with experience, you know. There you go. Is this good?
Yes, it's good enough. So once we have cut the slices, we're going to fit into the glass vase.
Okay.
So for the glass vase, we have already prepared the foam. What we have to do is place it on top of the glass vase. So once you put it along the rim of the vase, you have to just gently push it down about 1 inch.
1 inch.
1 inch down the glass vase. So with that, you are ready to start with your arrangement. Okay, so once the vase is ready, we are going to prepare the French beans. So I'm going to show you how to secure the French beans. In order to tie the French bean into the foam, you have to secure it with a binding wire.
I'm really very curious what you're going to do with this. Okay,
so I'm going to let you try all the 50 beans.
50 beans? Okay,
yes.
Don't worry, I'm a very fast worker. Productivity at hand, all ready to go. So what do I do?
Good. So this is the binding wire that we're going to use. First, you have to cut the binding wire. Just about 4 inches. Now, using your thumb to hold it, you're going to twist the wire over the bean and twist it a second round. Once you are done, you can lift it up to show that it is secure. So your bean should not drop.
Wow.
Yes.
Yes,
if it
no
drops,
matter how I shake.
you have to do one more time.
Oh, okay. Okay,
So,
let me try it.
So I need to try. Just cut the binding wire.
This binding wire. So it's about 4 inches, which
That's
is
right.
about here.
Yes.
And I saw you doing it. Please correct me if I miss a step. So you put it right in front, on top of the French bean.
Yes.
And you did a twirl.
Twist it
around, right?
Yes.
And then you hold this behind, and I think you did this
Twist it
to
forward
secure
again.
it. Wow.
It's
and
tight,
to test whether I did it right. Okay.
Okay. Pass.
Pass?
Yes. You have
Okay.
some more to do.
Okay.
Yeah, so sometimes you might not have French bean, right?
Yeah, so if I don't have French bean, can I have some different vegetables? What would you recommend?
okay, if you don't have French bean, you can use things like lady's finger because it's long for this arrangement and it's also very hardy. Yes, so it can last you for a few days.
Can
for
I try
arrangement.
wing bean?
Yes, you can. You need a bigger vase if you can find.
That's the very fun part, right? When you do floral arrangement, can you tell me whenever you do it, is that the part that excites you the most?
Yes, it's the process that's fun.
So all the prep work is done, and now this is where art comes into place, right?
Correct. So now we have prepared the floral foam earlier. It's time to actually insert the beans. So I'm going to show you how to insert the bean into the foam. First, you have to make sure that you insert the bean along the rim of the foam.
Oh.
So that holds so well because you have used a binding wire to secure the foam. So you can continue for 4 sides.
Wow, look at this. Well, this is truly a very unique way of framing.
You like it?
I love it. It's very, very nice. And look at it. Look at the texture. And when you double layer it, it's very aesthetically appealing. Right.
Looks good for the flowers now.
Right. Very. Okay, so now on to the flowers.
So next we have to add in our beautiful eustoma and roses.
Ah, the colors.
Very
Wow.
fresh.
Yes.
And you're
And
start,
smelling good.
I'm going to start inserting all these flowers in. So maybe you can help me to lay all the flowers,
Okay, I'll do that.
roses and the eustoma.
Can. Okay, so pass it over to me. I'll take them out. Okay.
So we can start inserting the roses first. They're the big flowers.
Right.
And
So
just poke it in.
we snip quite a lot of portion off, right?
Usually we keep about 1 inch for the flower stalk.
Right.
And you can arrange the flowers in asymmetrical pattern.
Right. And how long does this flower last, usually?
Actually, if you condition a flower well, roses can last about 4 to 5 days.
So you mentioned conditioning the flower well. How do we do it?
If you buy the flowers from the floral market, normally you want to soak it in the water.
Okay.
And one of the good ways is to add floral food. Flower food is just to make the flower more lasting in the
Right.
arrangement.
Aside from roses and this astoma, what other flowers are good choices for this?
Well, you can always use like carnations
Ah,
or even orchids. So here we already have a range of flowers.
Yes.
Most of them are already in. And then we have one more flowers to be in. That will be the baby's breath as a filler.
so you'll fill out all the spots. And this is sufficient?
Yes, it's
Enough.
sufficient.
Ah, okay, let me get the baby breath. Okay.
So for baby's breath, we just have to add a little as a filler. So you might want to help me to trim off
Okay.
into short stalks.
Okay, I'll do that.
So you can add in to the one more space that we have here, just to touch up. And
Voila.
this is the complete set.
Pearl, I love your work. This is amazing. You know, I've never thought of like using edibles for my floral arrangement. And on top of that, French bean, and to frame it this way, wow.
It's really something very unique because you're using edibles. And I will look forward to your next masterpiece.
Ken, I will do it at home, then I'll send you a picture. Then you tell me whether, Shifu, am I good enough?
Now you're ready for the second arrangement.
Okay, please tell me what are we going to do next with more interesting material?
We're going to use recycled materials you can find at home. So let's start by looking at the materials that we have.
Upcycling, I love it. Let's do it.
Now we're going to wrap this rubber band into the vase.
Okay, please show me.
I'm going to use the yellow rubber band. Just wrap it around the glass vase. And you can actually combine the mixed color straight away and create a little pattern within the vase.
Oh, but how did you decide on the colors? Is
You
there
can use warm
a
colours.
trick?
For example, this is peach and yellow. So you give you a very warm base later on, and you can match with the flowers as well. And you can just continue to create asymmetrical look. So this is actually a very fun way of doing it.
Yes, and I can see the creation happening at this moment. Now, what if in the house you don't have such colorful rubber bands? Is there any other materials that we can opt for to create this floral arrangement?
Yes, for some of us who don't have this rubber band, right, you can actually use yarn. This comes in a lot of colors. So you have brown, green in this arrangement. And this is very, very interesting if you have a bigger vase and longer vase.
Ah, wow, it's very nice. It's like all webbed. Wow.
And this interesting activity will be very therapeutic for a lot of florists or people who love doing floral arrangement. So as I continue, you can see that there will be a very firm structure to hold the flower stalk later on.
So when do I know that it's enough, like there's enough number of rubber bands to hold the flowers? Is it the middle part of it, like while looking at it, I can see that, okay, they are pretty concentrated here now.
Just a little bit more so that you can still get a very transparency look.
Right.
within the arrangement itself. Now we are ready to add the flowers. But before that, your help, just
Yes.
pour some water
Water. Okay.
into the arrangement.
Okay. So how much water will you need?
Half filled will be done.
Half fill.
This water is needed for the orchids that we're going to insert in right now.
Okay. Okay, I think it's enough, right?
It's more than enough. So once we are filling water, the fun part is just adding the orchids ingredient in. So slowly just insert, and you see how well the orchid is able to stay.
Wow.
Because you have created that nice rubber band base.
Yes, and it's not only just staying there. You see how it blossomed. Why?
And you just, for this small arrangement, you just have to add about 4 to 5 orchids.
Can I try?
Sure.
Without asking permission, I'm getting more gutsy. Like, I'm adventurous. I'm going to just
Your
put it.
masterpiece. So for here, I just have to add like 5 orchids.
Okay. Okay, that's
And
5.
it stays really well with the rubber band structure.
Yes.
So this is the first material, and to add a little details, very interesting addition that I always like to add is this dried lemon slice.
And you did some work on it. Look at that. It's the same wire that we were using, right?
Yes.
Oh, so you
in
actually
order to
put it
hold
through?
In order to hold the lemon slice, you have to use a wire again. Just support it well. So twist it with the same binding wire that we have used earlier on. And there goes like a lollipop.
Yes. A nice smelling lollipop.
So what you have to do is insert the lemon slice within the space of the orchid. You can try that.
This is such a great idea. Because when you put it in, right, you created another texture.
And the color really blends in so well. So sometimes edibles, we don't have to really use fresh edibles. So this is a dried lemon slice. You can add in.
Commonly, people will perhaps have this dried lemon slice for their tea, right? So I'm thinking that if you have some expired stuff at home, like expired lemon slices, don't throw them away. I think they are perfect for this arrangement.
You can actually reuse.
Right.
So this arrangement is actually upcycling arrangement.
Right.
So now what you see here is actually a partially done arrangement.
We can add more, right?
Yes, you can add a little bit more of the lemon slice.
Okay.
You can try. And sometimes we actually allow some space between the rubber bands to showcase the transparency of the arrangement.
So another good tip is that we don't want to just fill up the whole thing. It's not about putting a lot and filling it up, right?
Correct.
Wow. And where is a good place to put this masterpiece of yours?
This is definitely something very nice for kitchen. If you want to have a little corner to brighten up your dark kitchen,
Right.
it's quite fun to have.
And nice smelling, right?
So it's very simple, and I'm sure many of us can do that.
Yes. Yes, definitely. This, okay.
Right, so this is our second arrangement.
And it's all done. Thank you so much, Pearl. You see, today Pearl has shown us 2 very simple, but yet, if you look at it, they are wonderful creation. So if you are at home, you have some materials and you want to do something with it, do it, And if you want more tips and ideas, you can always learn from Pearl because she has a series on MPark's YouTube channel. So do subscribe, and you can see it's called Floral Arranger. Right, thank you, Pearl.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now it's the time for giveaway. Are you ready? I'll be asking one simple question from what we have covered. The first 5 with the correct submission will be receiving $100 worth of gardening vouchers courtesy of Katong Flower Shop. Now if you are ready, the question is, in our second floral arrangement, what materials can you use aside from rubber band? Really easy, right? You know the answer, right? Oh, come on, type it in. And if you are the top 5 with the correct answer, our staff will be contacting you and you will be receiving the vouchers in your mail. Now, thank you so much for joining us. Now, if you'd like to know more about Pearl's work, all the different techniques that she applies, different materials that she uses to upcycle, please go on to MPark's YouTube channel. She has a series called Floral Arranger. Come on, do subscribe to the channel. There's a lot that you can learn from. Now, there's a lot more activity happening on our Community Garden Festival 2020, so do stay tuned.